Hello, welcome back to Bebop Review. My name's Andy Shaw. I had a question. Somebody asked me a question on the computer, so I'm going to just read it out to you. It says, I'd like to ask you what books or manuals you would suggest as a good one to learn this fantastic musical language that is jazz. And that's from somebody called Luca M. Right, Luca, I don't like recommending books to people because I always find something wrong with them. But there is one book that I think is really good. I think it's a good book. It's a textbook, and it's this one. Okay, it's called Jazz Theory and Practice, and it's by Richard J. Lone and Jeffery L. Hellmer. It's a really good book. It's a textbook for the University of Austin in Texas, or University of Texas in Austin. So it's obviously in Texas. But anyway, it's their course book. It's a really good book on jazz. It takes you through just about everything, you know. So it's a really good book. I'd definitely recommend, if anybody wants to get into jazz, the jazz language, get this book. It's really good. It's my favourite of the big teaching books. I much prefer this to Mark Leven's jazz theory book. I think it's just nicer that it's set out and everything. And it gives you a lot of stuff. It's, again, like I said, with all books that I've read, it's not perfect. They actually make mistakes. I mean, these are professors who are doing this, and they actually make mistakes. There's an analysis of Parker's mood, and they analyse it, and they make the same mistake that a lot of people do. They look at things too narrowly. I'm not saying it's bad what they do. They actually show you melodic analysis on Blues for Alice, which is good because you're learning stuff. But then they put this they do this analysis, and then they talk about Parker's like notes matching to chords, and make out as though Parker's making they don't make out that he's making mistakes, but they don't understand what's happening. And they're saying what's going through a musician's mind. Whereas as soon as I looked at it, I could see straight away what's happening because I didn't look at it like them in this narrow focus view. The thing about looking at bebop, especially bebop, and more than any other, you've got to stand back from the solo and just look at it overall. And what's happening is these notes, and there's quite a few people who actually get this wrong. David Baker got it wrong, Cole Woodek got it wrong, and these got it wrong. There's something in bebop called changing the rhythm section around, right? Turning the rhythm section around, sorry. And what it means is, it means displacing a phrase 2 bars either one way or other way. And that's what's happening in Blues for Alice. The actual solo, Parker's solo, is playing phrases 2 bars before the chords he actually reaches. So he's actually playing on chords that are not there, they're coming in 2 beats. And it's called turning the rhythm section around. David Baker in his book says that in bebop there's the dominant major. Can you remember when I was reviewing David Baker's How to Play Bebop? I said that Baker says that Charlie Parker or the beboppers play the dominant bebop scale on a 2 minor chord. So they'd be playing like G, the G bebop scale on D minor. Whereas I said that don't make sense because there's that tritone, it creates that tritone. But the thing is, Parker does play that scale on minor chords. So Baker just assumed that that's what he did. But the thing is, what he's doing, Parker, is he's shifting the beat, he's shifting it that way. So the scale appears on the 2 minor, but he's playing before he gets there, if you know what I mean. So that's how that comes. And Cole Woodek obviously sees a mistake in his book, Charlie Parker's Life and Legacy. He sees him and says Parker's making a mistake, and he doesn't. He's Parker shifting the beat. So you've got to watch out for things like that. But overall, this is a fantastic book. I think it's really good, and I would definitely say go out and buy it. I saw it on eBay. It was £27. I think it's certainly worth £27. I don't know what it costs in your country, but it's a really good book. If you search round, you might even get it second hand, because I bought this second hand. I've had it quite a long time. I bought it second hand. It cost me £6. So from a charity shop, so you can obviously get it cheaper. So I would definitely recommend this book. So Jazz Theory and Practice, book recommended by Andy Shaw, Bebop Review, and it's by Richard J. Lone and Jeffery L. Hellmer. And it's a really good introduction to jazz, this book. Okay, so I'll leave you to it.